Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. I am still here and I have a very special guest who voices a very iconic character. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Do you want to reveal your identity?
Hello, it's me, Mario. Woohoo! And hello to all of my friends at 91.8, the fan, number one. Hee
That is absolutely adorable. We're going to take that soundbite and do something with it. I don't know what yet. But thank
Well,
you.
I'm Charles Martinet. You probably recognize me more by the voice of Mario and Wario. Have a rotten day. And Luigi too. Ho ho. And well, Luigi, everybody cheat but me. And baby Luigi. And baby Mario. Woohoo!
You really have those voices down, but it's no wonder you've been doing those characters for practically 15 years now.
Yeah, I actually longer than that. We first started doing Mario in a system called Mario in Real Time, or MERT, which was invented by Sim Graphics Engineering in South Pasadena, California, in which it was a real-time animation system designed to capture the motion of my face with these points glued on my face, so that and a hidden camera and a hidden microphone, so I could see people in a convention center or in a store or anywhere walking by and say, "Hello, it's me, Mario." And they would see Mario, the head of Mario, on the screen looking at them and could start a conversation with them. So it was that was actually almost, I think, 20 or 21 years ago, quite a while ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And
20 wonderful years.
I have to wonder because I was looking over all of your, credits and whatnot that I could find on the internet. You look like you originally started in live action. I was kind of curious, was voiceover always in the cards, or was it, more of a focus on live action and you kind of fell into voice acting?
When I was a little boy, I used to watch the Jackie Gleason show, and my mother. I would always make my mother laugh by imitating the characters on there. Hiya, Joe. Hello, you Mr. Donaghy. And she would laugh, and so that was sort of like the beginning of something, I suppose. But I was way too shy to ever stand in front of people and actually speak or stand in front of people, and that started much later for me when a friend of mine said, "Come and take an acting class from me," and I said, "There's absolutely no way I will ever stand in front of people and be able to talk." And he said, "No, come on, just come. We'll have lunch. You do monologues. You learn a little bit about acting. What else are you going to do?" And I thought, okay, I'll just do it. I can't believe he talked me into it. But I went out to Diablo Valley College, and took this acting class. And the first time I stood in front of people and did a monologue, I was shaking so much that my right leg was shaking like crazy. I was sure it was thumping on the ground. So I put my weight on it, and then all the weight, the left leg started shaking like crazy. So I put my weight in the middle, and both legs were shaking. So I never thought that I would ever be a voice actor or anything else. I just did voices because they made my mom laugh, and I was a little bit of a class clown too. So that was the beginning. But acting came to me much later on.
And I have to assume because you were so shy about it, there must have been something there that really kept you interested.
Well, I love laughter. I love making people laugh. I always did. And I suppose what happened for me was it really, after doing these acting classes, I started, I'll tell you, because I did the monologue, and I thought, oh my goodness, that must have been the worst thing anybody's ever seen. And people said, "Wow, you've really got talent. That was great." And I thought, you must be blind. You cannot be serious. And sure enough, I kept doing them. I started gaining a little bit of confidence. I went and auditioned for the part of Oberon in Midsummer Night's Dream for the school play. And there I was I did my monologue, and I watched everybody else do their Oberon stuff, and I thought, I got it. I absolutely have this part. I can't wait to do this. And not only did I not get cast as Oberon, I didn't get cast as anything in the school play. And I think, interestingly enough, I don't think of myself as a competitive person, but I suddenly got a fire was lit. A, I was enjoying acting, but B, someone said, "No, you can't do something you want to do." And I didn't take no for an answer. So I started working really hard at acting, and I joined the speech team, and we won first place in the state championships, and then first place in the nationals championship. Oddly enough, doing a reading of Candide which was one of my favorite plays. And from there, Berkeley Repertory Theater came to the college and was auditioning for 2 apprentices. And I went in and I did the monologue from Oberon. And this time, competing against the same people that played Oberon and all the lead roles and all the roles in the production of Midsummer Night's Dream, but I was the one that got the apprenticeship.
Well, I got to give you
there,
a digital high five for preserving and actually
Thank
going
you.
through with it.
Thank you very much. Well, it created a tremendous amount of fun for me in my life. All of a sudden, there I am at Berkeley Rep, and then I went to school at the Drama Studio of London in England, and then came back and had a professional career as an actor, which was something that I never in a million years would have dreamed of. I thought I was going to be a lawyer. So my advice to everybody is always do what you love in life. Follow your passion, and you'll end up doing things that are really amazing and possibly things you never thought you would.
Well, I can actually really relate. I was in middle school and high school, and I did drama myself, and I was terrible at it. I failed, I think, in my class in high school, so go me. But at the same time, it just seems like if you can work with something, whether it's on your own or whether it's outside of the classroom or whatever, you can still make it comfortable for you. You can still have passion for it.
Yeah, and what's life about if not having fun and joy and passion and doing what you love and making people smile or bringing the love that you have into whatever you're doing.
Exactly. And now I have to wonder, when you ended up with the parts of Mario, were you aware exactly of what video games were? Had you played at all or no?
In college I played Tank, Pong, Space Invaders, and I think that was it. And I had never heard of Mario. I had absolutely no idea. I wasn't even invited to the audition. I'd been a theater actor for 10 years, and then I stopped doing the theater and was doing trade shows and corporate videos and corporate voiceovers, and did hundreds of those. And a friend of mine calls me out of the blue and says, "Come and audition for this trade show in Las Vegas." And I said, there is absolutely no way I'm going to crash an audition. But I did. I went to this audition, and I can't believe I did it. I was walking in the door when they were walking out the door, the producer and the camera guy, and I said, "Can I read for this part?" Not having a clue what it was. And they literally, the producer, it was turning point of life, looking at his watch, looking at me, looking at his watch, looking at me, going, all right, okay, come on in, we'll set up the camera. Look, you're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, right? So make up a voice, make up an accent, make up a voice, and make up a video game or something, because you're going to have these things glued to your face, and this real-time animation thing is going to work, and people are going to see Mario but not see you. But all day long you're going to be talking to people. So make up this stuff, and you start talking to people of all ages, and we have no idea if this technology is going to work or not. But if it doesn't, you're still going to end up talking to people all day long and just be on camera. So start talking, and whenever you stop talking, that's your audition. And I thought, okay, Italian plumber from Brooklyn, what does that sound like? Hey, how you doing? I'm under your sink here. Don't bother me, all right? I thought, well, if it's going to be people of all ages, one of my big beliefs in life is to always be kind and thoughtful and to be mindful that, you have an impact on people. And I certainly didn't want to have a negative impact on children. I want them to be happy and go, oh, well, that was Mario, Having been an uncle to 3, actually to 6, but the 3 girls that I helped raise, so I always, my rule of comedy is it should never hurt anybody. And if it does, it's too easy, and if it's at somebody else's expense, that's a bad thing. And I actually have another story about that too, because I'm sitting there thinking, well, what kind of voice, maybe I could lighten it up. I had played Gremio in Taming of the Shrew a few years earlier. Gremio was a nice old Italian guy, talk like this. And I thought, well, make him younger and have fun, but video game, what am I going to make up, a ping pong game? So I don't know how, but suddenly I heard action, and I turned to the camera and I said, in the voice that you hear is Mario, Hello, it's me, Mario. Hoo-hoo. Okie dokie, let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage. I'm going to get some spaghetti. We're going to put the spaghetti and the sausage in the pizza. Then I'm going to chase you the pizza. If I catch you the pizza, you got to chase me with the pizza. And I making up lasagnas and things, and just basically chasing and playing each other with spaghetti and meatballs. And, I just kept talking and talking and talking until I heard, cut, stop talking. There's no more tape. Thank you. We'll be in touch, And then I thought, okay, that's the kiss of death for an actor. There's the door. We'll be in touch. And I went to the beach and watched the sunset. And sure enough, he called up Nintendo and said, I found our Mario. I got him. And that was the beginning, 20 plus absolutely wonderful years ago to such an adventure. And people ask me sometimes, how did that voice come to you? And why this style of, the comedy that is self-effacing instead of, sarcastic or, sort of, caustic in any way. And interestingly enough, in my first ever acting class, there was a guy in there that had a stutter. And he was a perfectly normal looking guy, but he had just a stutter. He was just very stuttery. And we were friends, and I asked him one day what if he had always had his stutter, and he said, no, I went to a comedy show in Las Vegas like two years ago. He was like 21 years old, and the comedian picked me out of the crowd and raked me across the coal. Just absolutely was mean, and everyone was laughing at me, and that's how the next week I had this stutter that I had never had before. And he was actually taking the acting class to see if he could try to get rid of the stutter.
Oh, I've never even heard of something like that. That's horrible.
Yeah, but it's a great lesson in life that what you do has an impact on other people. Everything you do has an impact because everything really has an intention and an end to it. So when you're you're in front of people and making jokes and comedy, it's going to have an impact. The same as if you're speaking at a wedding, that you can evoke laughs without, it being at somebody's expense. But, I'm a big believer in life lessons that just come and happen and you remember them forever. And if you are attentive to them, they can shape parts of your character.
Definitely.
Which I think that helped me a lot. And I pay a lot of attention to the whispers and to the things that I hear and see in the world, like that and make choices on that basis.
And I think that's a really awesome outlook. I mean, not many people, take those sort of experiences so seriously. So I have to say that makes up who you are, and that's definitely some good intentions right there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, life is this incredible gift, and you have every day of your life to unwrap it and enjoy it. You want to have as much fun as you can, and you want to make sure that everybody else has fun too. I think it's privileged to live a life in laughter and fun and love and joy, and that should be for everybody.
And now with the character Mario, you actually got to see a lot of laughter and joy. You got to see sort of the fan base explode. I mean, Mario became this epic franchise. Did you ever expect it to get so big?
I had absolutely no idea, but I just so completely love it. I love every aspect of my work with Nintendo, every aspect of doing the Mario jobs, from the recording of the games where we had this wonderful time to doing the real-time animation, the real-time Mario, which we still do. We just did it at the Nintendo World Store in Manhattan, and it was just so great to see children talking to Mario as if, hey, what are you doing out on the TV set instead of my game? Oh, don't worry, I'm going to be there when you get home. See you there, It was just, it's just such a wonderful gift to be able to do that, and meeting fans at some game launches in New York and London and around the world has been just such a absolute joy and honor to do. When you see people love this character, I mean, Mr. Miyamoto to me is such an incredible genius to create wonderful characters, wonderful stories, a sense of complete joy and fun and laughter and lightness in every single game. I just absolutely love it. I am so full of admiration and devotion to that man, because I think his vision and his dreams are absolutely magical.
Well, I have to say, I think the name itself is sort of amazing how much fame it has to it today. For example, I went to my mom, and I've done over 200 of these interviews. She knows nothing about anime. She knows nothing about video games. But when I told her it was Mario, she was like, oh, okay, I'll make sure to be quiet then. But at the same time, my brother's little girl, who's 7 years old, last time she came over, she only wants to play Mario on Wii. So...
Oh.
It's kind of just amazing to me, like how many people know who Mario is, and whether they can relate to him or not, or whether they can, play epic adventures with him. So I think that's really awesome that you get to call Mario a little bit sort of your own.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, he's the star. I just have the joy and the honor of putting a voice to that magnificent character. I mean, what a great thing,
Definitely, and I'm sure you get to play around a lot since you also get to be a lot of the villains as well.
Yes, it's all fun, but it's true, the villains that I think, it's just, I guess it's fate and destiny that I think the character that I love to portray happened to be the character that Mr. Miyamoto created, or somehow I got on his wavelength and rose up to that occasion to find ways of these characters that he enjoyed, and said, yes, that's great, do that, It's really, 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 really fun. Every
Definitely.
day I am grateful for my life.
And it sounds like you have a lot of fun doing it, and I think over here we're going to take a very short break, but when we come back we'll have a lot more fun for you, only on 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.
Oh, golly, I'm bored.
Have you considered listening to some music, Mr. Ooze, sir?
It's time to pay the piper.
As fun as destroying the command center may be, sir, might I suggest 918 The Fan? Lots of amusing teen DJs and the like.
A teenager with a big mouth. Not much has changed in 6,000 years.
I believe, sir, that they also have a number of celebrity guests from the anime field in for interviews.
Woo! Where's my autograph book?
That's the spirit, sir. 918thefan.com. As the kids say, check it out.
Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. I am still here with my special guest of honor. Much honor.
Thank you very much.
And I was kind of curious, I've noticed a little bit lately that you've also been doing, other projects. Seems like you've done, other things besides Mario throughout your career, but I noticed that you were in Ratchet and Clank and Resonance of Fate and a few others. Do you think you're trying to expand your vocal work?
I love doing all my jobs. I'm doing a video game in Los Angeles in a couple of weeks, and doing some autographing overseas, and I absolutely love every job that I do. But I'd be happy just doing Mario games. I just, if there were one a week, it'd be great. A new Mario game, yahoo! I could do that every day of my life. And I, it's funny because I actually wake up in the morning, and when I'm in a good mood, I'm like da 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 da, yahoo! When I'm in a bad mood, have a day,
But that's kind of nice that they've become, a part of your life as well.
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to be more like Mario, where you're just a normal everyday guy, and you rescue a princess and fall in love, and you spend your life rescuing and jumping and running and having fun. I mean, facing adversity with a yahoo, and here we go. I mean, that's the best.
Well, I will say one thing. I would like to pretend to be Waluigi in a game eventually. Just for fun.
You want to see Waluigi like in his own game, and you have to cheat to win.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be great? You have to find all the ways to cheat to get through the game.
Because I think it's very interesting to see, Mario's brother Luigi in his own sort of game. I mean, that's happened once or twice, but we really don't see Waluigi as much.
Yeah, I love that character. The first time I saw him, it was so fun because it's so neat that they create a new character. Mr. Miyamoto creates a new character, and I go to the studio to record a video game, and there's the character, and it's like, okay, what do you think? And I look at him, and I see those arms flapping around, and I'm thinking, wah, wah, and it's just such a great character, and it dawned on me. I was in Barcelona, and I lived there as a young man. And the guy that was the man who ran the apartment house where we lived, the portero we called him, he was in charge of maintenance and everything in the building. And there were wooden stairs, and we're teenagers, like 12 years old and 13, and we're running up and down the stairs, and he comes out, it's always talking like that. And I thought, where did that voice for Waluigi came from? And that's where he came from, because I went back there and I went to the apartment. I went, oh my goodness, it was that guy that I did, Pasquale. That's where that voice came out of. Because sometimes you just don't know. You just look at him and it's like, pop, what comes out is there,
That's great. And it sounds like you do really get around. It sounds like you've been to so many places around the world.
I do. I absolutely love to travel. I love food. I love architecture. I love, Gothic churches and the way the light is in different countries at different times of the year. I just absolutely love it. And I have been so welcomed in places like South Africa, which is a country that I absolutely love and admire so much, and Australia and England and Germany and Italy and Spain. It's just Belgium, Holland, really just so great. So great. And to see, and Mario fans are universal and absolutely wonderful. There's nothing greater than seeing somebody who loves Mario games come up to you and say, I love Mario games. You just go, woohoo! It's just so great. I get to see the best people at their very best, I think.
And it's great because your voice gets carried to all the games, no matter where it's from, California to Tokyo. Everybody gets to hear it.
Yeah, it's true. Isn't that great?
It must sort of be interesting, though, seeing different cultures like that and seeing how they react sort of differently to Mario.
Yeah, well, but there's just a universal love and appeal. I was walking in Germany and then also in Belgium with the Mario character that walks around, and he's is soft and cuddly. It's such a great character, and I have seen on multiple occasions children who are like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old just walk up to the guy who's walking along with me in the Mario costume and take his hand and just start walking with him, because he's just so absolutely loved the character by children who've never played the game before, children who've seen their brothers and sisters playing, by grandparents, by parents, by people of all ages. I mean, it really is. It's such a tribute to Mr. Miyamoto's genius that he creates a character that is absolutely the most amazing, lovable character there has ever been.
That's adorable. It sort of reminds me, like, I guess, a Nintendo Land instead of a Disneyland.
Yeah.
Sort of scenario.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's actually a miraculous thing to see, and I love going to autograph signings and seeing people dress up as the characters and come and do the characters and imitate the voices and things. It's just this one great festive party. You go to a game launch and it's crazy, and I'm really thrilled with the Mario Sports Mix game that just came out. That was I think that's really a fun, great fun game, and I'll never forget Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 when they came out. People were so excited and so in love with the games, and it's like Mr. Miyamoto is amazing because every time it seems like he tops himself, which is untoppable. When with Mario Kart and then Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Brothers Wii. The first time I saw that game and I saw the characters dancing, ba ba ba. I mean, I laughed. The first time I saw Mario Galaxy and I saw Mario flying through the air, I had goosebumps all over my body. It was so amazing. And just to know that each thing that, like the Wii comes out and it completely revolutionizes gaming. The N64 that put gaming into 3 dimensions. The NES that really used side scrolling. And now the 3DS, which is coming out, soon, is another absolute revolution that will change the way people play games forever. I mean, it is amazing. It's absolutely, and just to be this tiny part of it is what a gift, what a joy to see the absolute. I keep saying the word genius, but it really is genius that just keeps bubbling up with these new great ideas. I can't wait and wait, because I don't know. Have you seen the 3DS?
Yes, well, I haven't seen it in real life. I've seen, pictures and whatnot. I didn't get to see it at the Consumer Electronics Show. I went, and I didn't go to E3, so I sort of missed that boat.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, it's amazing because everybody has an opinion and a version of what 3D is, right? Because we've all put on the glasses. We've all, we've seen the characters come boing towards us, and, so you have this viewpoint. But I'm telling you, when you open one up for the first time and you look into this, I guarantee you it will be unlike anything you ever thought or expected or dreamed could be there. And your eyes will open wide and your mouth will open. You'll go, oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe this. That is universally the reaction. And that was mine. Because I've seen 3D. I thought, okay, it's going to be fun, and I'll look at it and I'll go, wow, that's neat. It blew my socks off. It's just absolutely incredible.
Well, I'll definitely remember that because I'm going to E3 this year, so hopefully I'll see it.
Yeah, well, by then you'll have your own.
I hope so.
Yeah, sure. There's got to be a Santa Claus that comes around April or, end of March, early April, right?
Well, here's the lucky thing. My birthday's in March, so.
Is it really?
Yes, it's
Happy
March.
birthday.
Oh, thank you. I'm kind of curious, do you ever try and predict what Nintendo's next big concept is or their next game that concerns Mario just when you're bored or anything like that?
I wouldn't even dream. I dream up these ideas like video games, like Waluigi playing a game and you have to cheat to win. But I would never presume to be able to do it. I mean, the Spanish have a saying, zapatero a sus zapatos, which means shoemaker to make his shoes. I leave the genius part to Mr. Miyamoto and his incredible creative teams in the United States, in Japan, and all over the world that he works with. He's just he's like a master craftsman, and everyone that works with him gets on that wavelength and does it. It's like a magician on a wave that rides it to shore, and everybody gets what's going on and gets on that same wave. It's magnificent.
That sounds wonderful.
Everybody loves the game. I think that's the thing about Nintendo is everybody loves Nintendo games, that works there. Everybody loves it. And even if they have a history where they've never played a game before, they get there and they fall in love with Nintendo games. And that is a culture that is amazing. When Mario Galaxy 1 was created, for example, the people loved making that game because, I don't know about you, but I still, when I go upside down as a character, I still turn my whole body and go kind of upside down. It's just such an amazing experience. And the guys that created these adventures and these planets and these worlds and these galaxies and ideas, they kept creating after the game was already out. Now that's pretty unheard of. And Mr. Miyamoto picked up on it and said, if you guys love this game, let's make a second one. And therefore, Mario Galaxy 2 came out, and it's just the most amazing game ever. It's from a culture of love for the game,
The freedom to be able to continue designing and whatnot, and being able to work with someone who's able to say, hey, let's do it. I think that's great in itself.
It is amazing, isn't it? It's what a gift, and I'm sure that everybody absolutely loves it. And the thing is, too, is everybody at Nintendo works so hard. They really do. they deserve all the accolades because they really are amazing people, amazing teams of people, and in every department there.
And now I have to wonder whether it's a Nintendo event or maybe a convention. Do you have any events coming up that you can tell our listeners about?
Well, I will be actually going to a couple of military bases pretty soon and meeting young Mario fans there, soldiers and their children, and autographing some video games for them. And that will be a tremendous honor and a joy. I'll be very, very happy to meet the troops and their children. That'll be really fun.
That sounds like it's going to be fun. For those who want to keep updated to any events that might pop up, is there any place they can keep track of that on the internet, like Facebook, anything like that?
You know, I would always say go to Nintendo.com. Oh, and I'll tell you what, there's actually a great video that you should watch. It's MarioSportsMix.com, and you can see a bunch of an interview with Mario, and you can see action footage from the game, and you can also go to YouTube and do a search for Mario Sports Mix, and you can see a whole bunch of stuff. That was a really fun adventure that we did. Lots of fun. I don't really post anything because everything that I do with Nintendo, they post when they're ready for the world to know what's coming next. You know. Yeah,
definitely. But do you ever do any, well, no, actually, you have. You appeared, I remember, at EXPCon a little bit ago.
Yes, I did. That was really fun I really love that. Just seeing all kinds of great fans of anime and video game fans and people dressed up as Mario. That was a really fun event. The producers there were just terrific, and I felt like a star. It was really terrific, and the fans were great. And I guess we autographed for people and took pictures with people and had some laughs. It was really great, and we and talking to people about what it's like to be a voiceover actor, what it's like to be in video games and animes and things like that. It was really fun. I absolutely love that. And there's nothing like meeting fans of Mario, because they are so terrific. They're just so nice and they're so happy. It's great.
Well, hopefully 91.8 The Fan can catch you at a convention if you ever do that again.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm waiting for the invitations from all the convention producers to say, "Hey, come and meet the fans over here," because I enjoyed that. That was really fun. Really fun.
And now we're nearing the end of our interview, and
no,
I know, but usually we have a tradition, but we kind of already did it, but maybe we could have you do it in your normal voice if possible. But we ask everybody if they'd be willing to participate in doing a radio bump live on air.
Sure.
Awesome. We just ask if you could say, "My name is," you insert your name, "I do this," you insert what you do, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Okay. Hi, this is Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, woohoo, and Wario, and Luigi, and Waluigi, and Baby Luigi, and Baby Mario, woohoo, and you're listening to 91.8 The Fan.
Perfect. Sorry, I cut off your woohoo, but I think we can fix that.
That's okay.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy talking to you.
Thanks, Jackie, and thanks, everybody, 91.8 The Fan. It's great talking with you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Definitely. And for anybody out there that missed any of this interview, shame on you, but you can catch it over on our website within the next 2 days. So keep it tuned to your favorite station, everything you want and nothing you don't. Coming up next is 12012 with Cyclone.